Hello everyone, welcome back. This is Caffeine Encrypted and we're back with more workers and resources. So I have a few plans for today. We're still trying to build our bauxite mine area. But I want to start planning where our train lines will go and all of those fun things. First, I'm going to go into our construction places and remove the auto search. I do not want them to automatically search. I want them to only build what I tell them to build. Okay, that's good. Now, obviously the roundabout here will be a bit tricky. So, let's see, can we trim it down a bit? This will probably need to continue as a road out here, but we will work on that. Trains. Now, we have two different types of train rails we can use. We can go with wood-based railway or concrete-based. The difference, this needs, for 100 meters, this will take 4.2 tons of steel, 24 tons of gravel, 8.3 prefab, while the other one, the wood one, will take gravel, boards, and 4.2 tons of steel. So in reality, they cost the same, roughly. So I will just go for the fast ones straight away. So over here is my aggregate storage, and I'm actually going to rename it so I know what it is. So you will be bauxite storage 01. We'll have more later. And let's see. So we're going to go for a train aggregate loading because we want it to load the train. And if we place it over here, might be a bit tricky to connect it, but not impossible. If I place it over here, I will need to cross two roads and I don't want to do that. So instead, I'll use my free space on this side. I will select the conveyor belt. Since we left plenty of space over here to connect these. That shouldn't block the road, I think. Perfect. And yes, actually just go there. Okay. So this will unload into here when we have a train. Now, you guys keep running. I just need to make sure that they don't try to build those. So close that. So we can have up to 2 lines. I won't have a lot of traffic to begin with, so a single line is perfect for what I want. So let's see how we can get that through. I will get the one from outside. Let's say I want to go right this way. And then I'll just prepare and measure this as well. So it's a little bit. Mix you up. Okay. Now I don't want to go too close to the highway. I'm going to see the topography. So I want to go like that. Make this now a little bit nicer. So right there, and continue as a straight line. Going as a straight line. That looks pretty good. And then let's get the second one going. So the second can connect all the way here. Cool. And the third one can be an optional one. We can do a lot more advanced things with this, but it's not yet the time for that. Because we'll need to start branching things off later. So I'm going to say, yes, we want those. and we are going to put them on hold. Now, to build tracks, your construction office cannot do it, so you need a track builder. And to find the track builders, you have to go into the construction industry, over here, rail construction office. There is only one, not of a choice. Right about here. Let's get this. And I can connect you with this and bring it back. Good. Close all of this. The reason for this is so it can access both tracks. The good thing is it can go back and forth into the tracks unlike regular trains. But I like to have two because maybe at some point I'll have more than one vehicles that do the building. Now, the key thing is I need a road over here. How am I going to get a road on this side? Because you cannot do a dirt bridge, it will have to be a concrete bridge. And it will cost, as it says, concrete and asphalt. This is not terrible. There you go. So set all of this up. And then pose it. Very good. Keep going, tracks. Do your thing. Okay. So our tracks will go up this way. They will load our track with bauxite whenever we get to that point. How are we going here? So you brought some resources. You're prioritizing the conveyor belts. So finalize this first. So I can start doing things. And we don't seem to be running out of fuel anywhere here, so I'm happy about that. Okay. Now, another thing that will be necessary for this area is power. Here is the cuts. How much power do we need, and how are we going to bring it here? So, power in this game is a little bit tricky. So, to give power to buildings, you need to use substations. And as you can see, they have a number of connectors. So, I can probably set this one right here and get all of those buildings. Which sounds convenient. You get the train as well. So right about here. Now this has one medium connection. This can only supply, it doesn't say until you build it, but 2.5 megawatts. So that's its limit. Then you have different types of cables. So we have to use a medium voltage wire to bring the maximum amount of power to it. Now, at the moment we cannot produce any power, so we will have to actually buy the power from the border. Early on it's not very expensive, but again it's an upkeep cost that we don't want. So we try to bring the wire all the way over there. In the way, of course there is. As you can see, the cost of steel is starting to skyrocket. Now there are these wires that are a lot cheaper and they cost gravel and electronics, but they move a lot less. They can move only up to 1.45 megawatts. So if we wanted to move like 2 point something, we need to use 2 of those connections, which it's not really worth it. But if we want, we can go with a high voltage one, since this has a high voltage connection. Take that up here somewhere with a transformer and then branch it up, which I think is what we might do. So the transformer has 6 outputs. So if we bring 12 in, they can be a maximum of 2 each, which is okay. It's not too bad. And we're going to go like so. That road. Here. And from here, I'm going to get the high voltage wire. And this is underground, so it doesn't really affect anything else, which is perfect. So I want you to do all of this. Will cost 35,000 when they build it. Start construction, yes, but pause it because I don't want it just yet. It's not time for it yet. So stop this. And then I'm gonna get the medium voltage wire and connect it over here. I will probably use this one on a straight line. Perfect. Do this one. Stop those for now. Okay, that's a good start. Now we will need a couple other things for our processing plants. Buildings that use workers, they require water and sewage. Early on, we can use a technical service thing to deal with that. Now, what I think I will do, I will place a technical office here for now. I want one on this area, and I'll explain why. So let's say right about here. And then I want another one over here. Now, technical offices have 3 buildings. 3 vehicles, not buildings. They have one for sewage, which is this one for water, and the snow plower. The reason I spaced them apart is for the snow plower because I want one to deal with this area, another one to deal with this area, and another one to deal with this area. Because snow makes your roads much slower. And that's never good. So we'll just tell the technical office you get your stuff from here. And here is the 1000 range, so it will cover everything that is highlighted on the yellow. I put connection over there, they'll be able to do that too, but that's okay. The other one I placed it over here, so connect to the custom house as well. Same with this. Perfect. Now, we will definitely need to start upgrading our roads to gravel before we get this going, that's for sure. So you're bringing people. People have a traveling time limit, so they can travel for 12 in-game hours, which I think is 12 minutes actual time, and then they work for 8 hours. So with this going at the maximum of 35, how long does it take them to get to where they're going? Let's just follow this for a minute. So that took them almost 6 hours to get here. Half their travel distance, so we definitely need to start upgrading things. And here's how we're gonna do that. We're going to select gravel road. And what I'm going to do is I am going to upgrade first one of these connections. So we pick things up faster. And I will do this, and then I'll do this. So they still have the way around here. Now, from here, since both of those highway bits go all over the place, I will upgrade the one at the top first. And I want to upgrade it up to this junction. Not more than that, not yet. And as you can imagine, this will take a significant amount of time and resources. 427 tons of gravel. Let's tell our people what we want them to do, shall we? So we'll say, I want this done now. And to do that, we will need a few more excavators. Let's buy a couple more. And I want this to deliver the excavators on the standard way. Cool, so the trucks are going to get resources, they were just idling. These ones are going to bring materials for the next phase, that's good. And we have one over here and a bulldozer, so the bulldozer is used for roads as well. I guess I can enable those roads too, so they can start feeding them the gravel. That's the new one. See, this one is super slow and it blocks every other vehicle behind it. Oh look, they use their indicators. Now, the workers we take from the large custom house, they cost us money. I think they cost 1 ruble per hour or 1 per person per hour. Something like that. Because when you look at the construction of something, so let's say this says 328 work days. That means it needs 328 people working over 8 hours. Now, if there is a machine that increases their efficiency, that becomes less. You never see how much less, it just proceeds much faster. Let's watch the bulldozer. It's haunted, it drives by itself. And as you can see, the custom house is already full. Every lane is being used. I don't think they ever use the 5th one. I think the 5th one is only for things that are coming out. Like if you buy a vehicle or anything like that. So they're working on the road. So this doesn't need any workers, it's doing it by itself. What I can do is I can say, hey, decrease the number of workers. So they will not try to bring workers to work on this because it will be wasted money. We are not pressed on time and we don't have an upkeep on anything besides fuel. So they're working on this, do the same thing here. Now on this one, because, no, that's a small one, this is massive. Here, I will allow it to use workers, so it can finish on a reasonable time frame. Because this only allows for 1 vehicle. If it unloads for 2 or 3, we'll be fine, but what can I say? And I love how satisfying it is to watch this unload over here. Just goes whoop, and then teleports back. Let's see how we're going on construction side. You're almost done, so the crane is helping. One crane is here. Where's the other crane? Didn't I buy a second one? Let's see. So, all map, all of my vehicles, and I am looking for... I only have 1. Yeah. Well, we'll need a second one. That's for sure. So you give me another crane. This one. Now, there are other vehicles we can buy. So if you go here, these will unlock even more vehicles because we don't have a place to store them. Actually, that reminds me. We need a depot, road depot. So we can put... It's like a storage place for our vehicles. Let's put one over here. Actually, take 2. They don't cost anything. And this can actually house a lot more stuff. I should probably go on the technical station and buy the big sewage one, the big water one, and the snowplow. I'm gonna have to use them regardless, so... Yep, they were able to finish it. Good. Now, this says it doesn't have power supply, it doesn't have drinking water, no workers or mechanisms, nothing. quality, we'll explain those as we go. But as you can see, it needs its own fuel thing. So let's go to our distribution center over here, say, hey, I have one more connection for you. I want you to top this up. Perfect. Now, this can work with excavators, so I can put an excavator here and it will start working. If the building doesn't have fuel, they will just drive down to this. So I should probably connect those two, I think. I don't think that's a bad idea. Good. So now they have this little shortcut, so when they need fuel, they can just go here instead of going all around and there. Even then, they couldn't. They would have to go back, down here, and here. I think that was a good choice. So, over here, the only building that needs workers will be the bauxite processing plant. Everything else does not need workers. How's this going? So this needs more steel to be done. Now, we spoke about power. Let's go select this and say, hey, it's time to start building those two as well. So they can start moving the concrete, the gravel, and everything else. This will take a while because of the work days. But it's groundworks. So even if they just put an excavator there, it will finish eventually on its own without bringing people over. Is this done? Good. So you will see that these trucks will use the other route so they don't congest this. And the reason for it is this allows them to go on their maximum speed. So they don't want to take the fast one. They cannot go faster than their speed. So since you're done, connect these. I'll wait until this is done and then I'll do the rest of the loop. Actually, I can go up now. Because I still have these junks. No, I don't. This is not ready. When this is ready, then I can do this bit. Global market report. Price of iron ore went up. Now, looking at the map, we have iron far away, so somewhere up there. We have coal. There's coal around here. One of them. Pretty close to this. So, while we wait for things to be built, let's see if we can utilize this node. Coal mine. So, this is a tiny little bit, which will be 53%. It's not horrible, and I can definitely utilize it. I need you at the space where you can have the maximum yield. So let's say 53%. So right about here. So you give me coal ore, and then coal ore needs to be converted into actual coal. So I'm gonna place you right about here. I'm gonna do this with gravel road because by that time gravel road will be the norm. So you go right here. You can connect here. You have an output. You have a conveyor belt output. So we will need the truck aggregate loading for this as well, since early economy will be based on trucks and later trains. I'm gonna place this here. I'm going to say you go down here, you go here. Looks like a Pokemon. So let's do start construction and then post construction. I don't want you guys to be constructed just yet. Okay, that's relatively good. So that's the storage. Now, later, We need coal for bricks. Let's have a look at bricks. 33 tons of coal for 51 tons of bricks. And you can take a conveyor input, which is good. Okay, and that should cover bricks as well. But when we get to that point. How are we going back here? My storage is almost there. Conveyor belt is ready. What do you need? You need power. That's okay. Work in progress. You're waiting there for people. Ooh, the excavator started. Nice. This one is still going. I'm going to bump it up to a high priority, just so they can start bringing workers here to finish it up. And I need to allocate this. What to allocate? So I still have available excavators, I still have available trucks, so as soon as these bring the stuff there, they will move those and do what they have to do. Oh, this is ready. Okay, so you will only store raw bauxite. Yes. And that will be almost 2,000 tons, which is a lot. Well, now that this is ready, let's buy an excavator because that's what it uses. I can even put 3 here, but I'll start with 1. I'm gonna see how much it actually produces and then we will fine-tune it. Okay, well, apparently this already started working. And I think the conveyor belts are working already. Well, okay, it goes into the conveyor belt, but it doesn't come out into this. Because it needs power. Okay, and it needs drinking water and fuel. Well, when we give it power, that's when they will actually give it the water and the fuel it needs. So this thing still has a bit of fuel, so that's fine. Well, since a lot of the stuff are actually waiting, let's just enable those 2 and assign them. Where's my... Am I missing something? Oh, that's my storage. So I do need the storage built as well. And I do want my train truck thing here. So I will allocate those as well. And I will let them start bringing the resources. Because most of the trucks are chilling at the moment. Yep, the road is ready. Perfect. So things will move a lot faster up there. Yep, look at them. They're running, doing their thing. Now, since they can go on this side, let's do this first. Assign these, make this a high priority. I have the excavators to do it, so it should be pretty okay. Up, and we're starting to have a bit of a bottleneck here. Now I have 2 more things I want to figure out. One, where I'm gonna build the first city. And this area is not too bad for it, actually. It's relatively flat. Are there any resources here? No, there are no resources. Cool. So this is where we're gonna plan our city. Well, our first city. One of many. And it will work well because we have this relatively close and we should be able to bring a lot of the gravel back and forth this way. Now the other thing to plan here will have to be the train lines to go all the way here. So I need another station, another aggregate station here for trains. So aggregate loading. So let's move you a little back. So let's go here. And then let's go with a gravel road and loop that. Holding control just to make it a bit nicer. Good. Like that. I do not want you to be built. I do want you to be built though. Ah, not many times they will pass here, so that's fine. You can get through the train. So let's say you go around here, you go around here. Not bad at all. Yeah, I think that works. So commit to that. Stop, 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 and stop. But I will need this so I can bring a ton of gravel at a later point, because this will stay as my gravel plan, I'm pretty sure. And money is tanking. Hooray. I'll go here. What are you missing? I have you as a high priority. We're waiting for gravel. Okay. Now for the town. How do I want to go about it? Well, first we will need to think what residential buildings we're going to use. Well, I will need people, so large is probably the way to go. So those need 15 megawatts an hour. So to figure out how many megawatts you use, you collect all your megawatts per hour and divide it by 60. For a first town, I'll probably aim for about, well, I'll start with 1,000 people and go from there. So let's start planning. I will need a main road that will go across. So let's say you are my main road. Topography is good, so I don't need to worry too much about that. Okay, so that's a start. One thing that will be very important in there will be a monument. So we want loyalty. Loyalty is very, very important. 415 meters range, so... Does it? Well, they can walk to it without any issue. So let's place you around the middle. And it can go out to 400, which is pretty much as far as people will actually walk. So let's say I want to go up here as well for another 400 meters. And go down for... for another 400. Roughly. So this will be my whole town. And then I want a way to get onto this highway. That's a start. I do want to bring these. I'm gonna keep it over here, then I will take down, when we're ready, this and connect it, so it will have another access to this roundabout. So I have two ways to get out of this. And from here, that will later continue and get up to this road. How is this going? Ooh, and the processing plant is ready. Beautiful. Okay, very good. So, are those allowed? Yes, yes, yes. So those are chilling. They need more concrete, and then... That's all they need, more concrete. Someone bringing concrete? Do I need another one for concrete? Let's get another concrete mixer. I'll buy two. And then back to gravel road. So I want to upgrade this now. Well, they have the other side, so yes, do this. And this. We'll give them longer paths, but that's okay. Actually, they will just go up and around. So do this as well. Yep, that's good. I will not upgrade this because I don't know if I'm actually going to keep this part. I might move it around. So I will say start construction, but don't start construction. Save. So do not build this. Do not build any of this yet. Okay, so we have the basic start of our layout. I will wrap this episode here. Thanks everyone for watching. Don't forget to drop a comment, like, subscribe, all the fun stuff. If you have any questions or suggestions for me, please let me know in the comments down below. And I will catch you all on the next one. Bye bye.